Good morning. Dr. Amin, you had asked this question regarding infertility case or women's health and how this DXN product will help the ladies. I have got with me Dr. Asma Munir. She's a gynecologist as well as she's an IVF specialist. So my question to you, Dr. Asma, is can you just tell your audience over here that what is important if there is an infertility problem, what they should go for, the man and the woman, what tests they should be doing?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Thank you very much, Fatima. It's a very global issue now. It's very speedily increasing. I call them subfertility. It's not infertility because they have not been checked out. They're infertile or sterile. So subfertility is an issue which is affecting both male and female. Previously, it was more affecting females. They were going for tubal insufficiency and all that. But now it is more of a male-oriented issue now.
When you say male, what do you mean by that?
Meaning the problem of the sperm, the problem of the act, and the problem of the internal cell health of the males also, including systemic diseases. So there are more than 25 to 30% of subfertile cases where we are unable to find any reason.
Can you explain what is subfertile?
Subfertile means they have the uterus, they have the regular cycles, the husband has the sperms, the passages are open, even then they are unable to conceive.
Right.
After a married consumption life of more than 1.5 to 2 years. Some of them say, okay, it depends upon the age. If your age is more than 30 and you are recently married, don't wait for 1 year. But you have already crossed the border. So you have to go to the doctor as soon as possible to rule out the possible reasons of your inability to conceive even at this point of time within 6 months. So 6 months to a year, depending upon the age, if you are not conceiving, please consult a doctor to know why. Now this why has to be addressed. There are so many whys which have surgical interventions. There are so many whys which has endocrinological pathologies. There are so many whys which are addressing to systemic diseases resulting into the subfertility sessions for the male as well as for the female. There are occupational hazards. There are mobile hazards. There are lifestyle hazards. 99% lifestyle changes are the ones which are ending up in subfertility. So leave apart the reasons. What we can do as physicians, as normal people, to prevent subfertility, that is something which you have to address now, because the girls who are about to get pregnant, they have to be surely taken care. Now the couple comes to you, that both of them are okay. What do? Look for the reason. Okay. Now what?
When you talk about look for the reason, let me talk from the layman's language. As far as a woman is, what I understand is, as far as a woman is concerned, the egg which is called ovum, it's good or not. As far as a man is concerned, the sperm count and the motility, how fast it's going inside.
Let me give you 2
can you
minutes.
just in a very simple way?
It's a story of passages, passengers, and environment. Passages, passengers, and environment. Come to the female, you're trying track, starting from the fallopian tubes to the cavity to the outlet, dictated by the brain, age, hormones. Now, if these passages are okay, but the ovaries are aged, they are not producing eggs, either, means no use, there are no eggs. Or if there are associated problems which are controlling the quality of the egg. The quality of egg is compromised the minute you are born. You are born with premature eggs, more than 3 million eggs they're there. But the minute a mother gives birth to a girl, and then in 10 years of time, these eggs start declining, dying, and by the age of 45 to 50, they're all gone. So, early aging. Now we are seeing early aging of the ovaries. Woman is young, she's just married, 24, 25, behaving like a 45-year-old female. So these are the reasons which are now getting commoner. Early aging, not as a part of general body, ovarian aging. So this is the part.
Why is that happening?
This is a lot of reasons. There are a lot of local factors, there are a lot of stress factors, diet factors, lifestyle, weight, chemicals going in, not getting in, detoxification, and also use of drugs. Unwanted, because they don't want to get pregnant. They are studying. I don't want to get pregnant. They are on the pills. 10 years, 15 years. They shut down their ovarian function, and by the time the ovary is resuming, the quality of egg is already declined. So the passengers are the eggs in the female. For the male, the passages are the tract through which the sperm is going to pass. Now there is a congenital problem, no track. Sperm is there, cannot come out. So obstructive azoospermia. Passages are there but got in trouble by some surgeries, got in trouble by some swellings, got in trouble by trauma. People play. During childhood they got the measles and mumps. Men at their younger age, if they have viral attacks, they might end up in destroying their sperm counts, the quality of the sperm count. DNA fragmentation. If I want to speak, I can speak on DNA so much, but we are working on the internal cell health maintenance. So DNA fragmentation, maybe you have 200 million count, but the quality of the sperm is not okay. The sperm is not moving. The cup which the sperm has to penetrate into the egg, it cannot, because there is no enzymes there. So the passenger of this side, the sperm, is not a healthy passenger. The passages are not okay. And above all, the environment in which these passengers are growing and they are taking care to a mature stage is not up to the mark, because the maturity depends upon diet. The maturity depends upon environment. The maturity depends upon your lifestyle. The maturity depends upon your occupation. The maturity depends upon what you are drinking. The maturity depends upon how you are sleeping and how long you are sleeping. Physical exercises. There are loads of factors now. Even the mobile in your pocket is going to give a bad sperm. The laptop on your lap is going to destroy your testicular function. It has been proven by the scientific data already. So whatever you are thinking, whatever you are doing, you are damaging your cells every minute. So this is the story of the environment.
So can I say?
Yeah.
What
We are dealing with now, we are insecure. We don't know. The patient comes to us, what level of damage he has already got, and is it reversible or not? If the sperm is okay, but the track is not there, we are there for IVF. What if we get the sperm, we get the egg, it cannot fertilize, IVF cannot happen. Even if we do ICSI, intracytoplasmic sperm injection, if the cell is abnormal, chromosomal abnormalities will not let the egg fertilize. And the end of the story.
So you have been in this field for over 30 years, right?
27 years.
27 years. And compared to when you started your profession as a gynecologist to now, do you see the percentage of this subfertility or infertility much increase because of all this?
Not only that, Fatima, that the age is advancing. We are having technologies, we are having drugs, we have got, IVF is there, ICSI is there, sperm donation is there, egg donation is there, surrogacy is there. So we have we are fighting for betterment. But at the grassroots level, we are not taking care of our kids, we are not taking care of our environment. Pollution, diet, lifestyle, damaging the environment I call myself as a farmer. I'm a farmer. Give me the good seed. Give me the good ground. Give me the water on time. Give me the sun on time. Give me the good pesticide. Then only I can have a nice plant. This is what a human being is. If the uterus is not okay, if the egg is not okay, I cannot grow mango in the season of pomegranate. So that's how we are trying to make people pregnant when they are not ready to be pregnant. And there is a lot of aging process. The aging process is not coming from internal issues. It is coming from your external issues, more so of your diet and lifestyle. So now we come in there as a naturopath, as a dietitian, as environmental. We cannot fight back with the environment. We cannot fight back with water. The poisoning of food itself, the arsenic. The fish we are eating, most of the fish has got estrogen. Now, there's a beautiful saying that the modernization of time has given us two things: cancer and infertility.
Cancer.
This is the penalty that we pay for modernization. So our drugs are giving relief to the diseases, but what about the uneasiness of unnatural lifestyle, unnatural diet? Nobody is careful about it because it is not making you sick. Having no babies doesn't make you sick, it's only make you crazy. So the only thing that is that we have to define where we stand and when do we have to go to a doctor. Don't wait. If you are above 30, go to a doctor immediately after 2 months or 3 months of your marriage. Now what we can do as a part of DXN therapies, as a part of diet controls, Ganoderma, one of the best antioxidants. DNA fragmentation, people now, at the end of the day, the research is saying, oh, this male DNA is fragmented. That's why this sperm is not working. Why it is fragmented? Because it is toxic. What do? Give antioxidants. End of the story. There is no treatment except antioxidant. So the best antioxidant we have in the platform. In your plate, you have Ganoderma, you have Spirulina, you have Cordyceps, you have Lion's Mane, and you have Morinzi. Now these 5 things, if you start without even knowing what cause is causing your infertility, before even going to a doctor, if you start these things even in little amount but regular, Professor Ratna says it takes about 6 months to 2 years. She has seen the first pregnancy after 2 years because the person cannot afford IVF. So he waited and kept on taking the Ganoderma and Spirulina. The swellings of the tubes, the swelling of the epididymis, the swelling on the testicular tissue, the quality of egg, you cannot increase the number. With the age it is going down. You cannot increase the number of the sperm, but you can improve the quality. You can improve the work of sperm. You can improve the fertilizability. You can improve the growth of the embryo in the dish. So the antioxidants, the antitoxins, the repairing processes, and above all, the biochemical ingredients, the soup needed for the embryo to grow is there in Spirulina and Morinzi and Ganoderma.
So my question now, very important question. A lot of people, they know we have got these 5 products, and man or a woman, they would like to use it. So what is the consumption that you would like to give?
To begin
and then go for 4 to 8 weeks.
You just try to start as much as you can with the minimum dosage of, like if you are having RGGL, 1 pair of RGGL, then 4 to 6 powder, half scoop, take it to 1 scoop, and then 2 tablespoons twice daily Morinzi, and then 2 cordyceps morning and 2 cordyceps evening. Start with that. After 1 week or 2 weeks,
how's cordyceps helping in this?
Cordyceps is a miraculous mushroom because it improves the oxygenation of the cells, like Ganoderma, but it has more focus on the oxygen radicals, the free radical removal, stamina improving, and plus the psychological effects on a man or a woman for a sexual life is better with cordyceps intake. Spirulina and cordyceps, they are going to help in the desire, they are going to help in the loss of libido, and they are going to help in, the vessels, the blood vessels. The most important thing which is important in fertility is the microcirculation.
Yeah.
Now the microcirculation, which is, I'm an egg, I'm surrounded by a bag, and my blood supply is compromised. I will not be growing. Simple. I'm a sperm, and I'm living in a house which doesn't have electricity, no water, no food. Will I be able to grow? Simple. And this is supplied by the blood. The blood supplied to the micro vessels, to the sperms. The blood supplied to immature sperm. They need food to grow. Immature eggs, they need food to grow. How would this food reach there? Through blood. Cordyceps works on microcirculation. That's how, and especially erection, ejaculation. All these are dependent on circulation. The improvement of circulation will improve the act also. So whatever your problems are, if you leave apart the issues just as a prevention, okay, I want to be healthy, I want my sperm to be healthy, and I want my DNA fragmentation not to be there. Try all this.
And cortisone, what has been told by most of the nutritionists is that it is a kidney tonic and it's a lungs
Not
tonic.
only kidney, it is. This is what infertility part of. If I want to talk about cordyceps, as you know, microcirculation again the key.
Yeah, that.
Microcirculation is important for the life. Your oxygen, microcirculation. Your kidney, microcirculation. Your brain, microcirculation. Your eye, microcirculation. Your ear, microcirculation. Your tip of the finger, microcirculation. All these are dead ends.
So how much do you
This is
recommend, say,
improvement.
after 1 month?
After
4
1
weeks?
month, at least see, if depends upon how bad it is. Now, if you
Let's
have,
take a case
if
which is
it's
normal.
a normal case, if you have at least 2 cordyceps in the morning, 2 in the evening, regularly being taken, I think is enough for a normal person. But if
Okay.
you have a loss of libido, if you have a lack of desire, increase cordyceps and increase Ganoderma.
How much
At least 5 in a day at a time.
at a time? So why you are dividing it in 2 parts? So why not have everything early in the morning before
Because
having the breakfast?
sometimes when you give extra energy at a rapid rate, sometimes we don't know how much the stomach of that individual is going to accept.
Okay.
We are giving Rishi, which is having Moranzi along with that. Fine. If the people are taking Moranzi and Rishi together, you can have 4, 5, 6 cordyceps and 10 spirulina together. But the people who have sensitive stomach, they should try gradually so that the stomach also get the healing. And when the stomach is healed, then you can take 1 single dose.
All right.
1 single dose.
What about lion's mane? You mentioned lion's mane too.
Lion's mane, as you know, it's a nerve growth factor.
Yeah.
And all of the body functions are dependent on nerves. The motility of the tubes, the motility of the epididymis, the motility of the sperm. Motility is dependent on protein and the nerves. And these nerves are strengthened by lion's mane.
By lion's mane, okay.
And the desire, see, it comes from the brain.
Fundamentally, that's a brain tonic.
That's a brain tonic. And that's why if you get, not only that, it is one of the product which now they say it is also anti-allergic. And when you have anti-inflammatory
I've seen
product,
that.
it's an added hand with Ganoderma and Spirulina being anti-inflammatory.
The last question is, in your practice with Ganoderma and with these food supplements that you are using and you are recommending to your patient also, last 10, 12 years that you have been using
Yeah,
it,
more than
how
10.
many testimonials do you have where the man and the woman, they are young or in the middle age also, and they had the good result
There
of
are
fertilization?
more than I think if you in total there are more than 9 to 10,000 people who have recommended
That you have-
myself
and the
10,000.
result?
And the result so far from Bahrain, where I started recording, 120 pregnancies I got in 1.5 years. And then from now onwards, I'm still having a record of more than 600 pregnancies so far in 6-7 years now. But I tell you one more thing, I forgot about that. Autoimmune is the culprit. It is the culprit, unidentified alien. Autoimmune disorders, where your own cells are working against you. Thyroid autoimmune disorders. The other autoimmune disorders, like so many diseases in the body, which are having our own self being beaten up. So, Ganoderma, Cordyceps spirina, it works against autoimmune. So, the people, I have got one very special case. I'm not going to take the name. She is also from Kerala. She had 7 IVF and never conceived. Nobody thought that this is Hashimoto's disease, which is a thyroid autoimmune disease. And I got hold of it because I was thinking of autoimmune. Somehow, I don't know, God made me think like that. I got the autoimmune recognition, antibodies were very high. I gave RG gel, she went to India back, and then
Got the capsule.
capsule. 3 pairs of capsules for 3 to 6 months. Cordyceps 4 tablets daily, 6 spirulina daily, and Moranzi twice daily. And she came back, she said, I've got my all jewelry for you, and this is the last time I'll do it because her tubes are blocked, there's no way out except IVF. And this time, not only she got pregnant, She sent me the picture of the baby from
All
Kerala.
right.
Alhamdulillah, she delivered with a nice healthy baby. So
Thank
this
you.
is how it's-
Thank you very much, Dr. Asma, for this valuable information. And Dr. Amin and the rest who are listening, this is a very, very valuable information that she has shared with us. And there is always a hope. All those who cannot do IVF, they cannot afford to do IVF, which is a costly affair, and go through all that, go through natural healing.
Try to be
And-
normal first.
Okay.
Try to be normal first. What I would say, go to the doctor, sure, but there are certain reasons doctors cannot evaluate also. Unexplained is no more unexplained. It is unidentified. You cannot look for it. Not everything is crystal clear in science. One day you say it's okay, the next day you say it's not okay. You have to keep yourself healthy. Keep your egg healthy. Keep your sperm healthy. Leave it to nature. Go back to nature.
Be normal.
Be normal.
Thank you
Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Thank you very much.